Good morning, grade 9. See you again. Today is Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020. So we move to Unit 3, Lesson 3C. The title is all went wrong. ចឹង is all went wrong មានន័យថាម៉េចបងប្អូនដឹងទេ is all went wrong មានន័យថាបើសិនជាយើងទៅកំសាន្តកន្លែងណាមួយមានន័យថាកន្លែងហ្នឹងគឺអត់សុបាយតែម្ដងអានេះគឺនិយាយទៅនឹងការនេសាទមានថាការនេសាទដែរនេះគឺអត់បានត្រីតែម្ដងណា is all went wrong មានថាអ្វីមួយដែលខុសណាវាខុសពីបំណងរបស់យើង Look at number 1 Look at the pictures where are they what do you think went wrong with their fishing trips okay ចឹងយើងមើលតាមរូបភាពហ្នឹងហើយយើងឆ្លើយសំណួរហ្នឹងណាយើងដាក់នៅសភៅថាចម្លើយឲ្យទៅជើបានហើយ and number 2 quickly read the two texts what was the problem in each story ចឹងយើងអានហើយយើងឆ្លើយសំណួរតែមួយឯងក្នុងនេះមាន story 2គឺ Nari from Posat ហើយនឹងសម្បត្តិ from កំពតចឹងយើងអានឲ្យលឿនមកយើងអានហើយយើងឆ្លើយសំណួរថាតើមានបញ្ហាអីនៅក្នុងរឿងនីមួយៗអូខេចឹងយើងជឿអានហើយជានឹងបកកន្លែងខ្លះៗដែរពិបាកតោះ Nari from Posat The last time I went fishing was about 3 months ago. I went with a group of friends from school. We went to a huge lake. ចឹង huge lake នេះគឺបឹងដ៏ធំ near កំពត near កំពង់ហ្លួង I've always wanted to go fishing, but my friends didn't want to go because they think fishing is just for boys. So when we arrived at the lake, it was very windy. No windy that makes you clang, né? And there were dark clouds, in the sky. 2 or 3 hours later, it started to rain. We kept on playing. My friends all brought raincoats. Ban jok out playing mau chimui. But I didn't bring one because it was hot and sunny when we left home. Eventually បែរថាជាចុងក្រោយជាចុងបញ្ចប់ I began to feel cold, wet and miserable ចឹង miserable ណាគួរឲ្យអាណិត miserable ប្រហែលងាយខ្លាំងមើលទៅគួរអាណិតមែនតើ My friends caught 1 or 2 small fish, but I didn't catch any. I just sat on the riverbank. No riverbank ចឹង riverbank ប្រែថាច្រាំងទន្លេណា In the rain for 5 hours. I asked my friend if we could go home. Some wanted to go home, but some didn't want to go home. They wanted to stay because they had fun. So we stayed for another 3 hours before we eventually put everything back into our old yellow van and went and drove back to the sunshine. The sunshine បើថាពន្លឺព្រះអាទិត្យណាអញ្ចឹងសូមចប់ត្រឹមហ្នឹងយើងនឹងចូលទៅបន្តទៀតគឺសម្បត្តិ from កំពត I went fishing on the 12th April last year. I remember the date because it was my birthday. My uncle took me and my sister to the sea for fishing. He didn't take my older brother because he wanted to stay at home and watch football. We went fishing in a small motorboat near Karong. It was a beautiful day. There was hardly any wind or the sun was shining. My sister fell sick on the boat because of the waves. ចឹង wave ទឹករលកណា feel sick too. But I didn't feel sick because I enjoyed so much. I thought it was great. My uncles knew how to fish, but I didn't know how to fish. So My uncle showed me to put a worm นั่นจะเลน on the hook นั่นคือพลายสันตูดนะ We had great fun but after an hour the motors on the boat stopped and couldn't start it again couldn't it stop มันชอบมันไปเข้านะ It was scared I was scared คือคลาด but my uncle wasn't He relaxed even when he moved far away from the shore ส่วนคือชนสมุทร I didn't know how to do it so I shouted and waved my arms Sister was so scared She didn't shout or wave her arms She sat quietly at the back of the boat Eventually chị chọn bàn chọp chị chọn khói The people in the big fishing boat heard us shouting and helped us back to the shore. I didn't cry, but my sister was so happy. So happy when we go back to the solid ground. Solid ground นั่นคือtàu lại đầy nè, tàu tì đầy túi. That she cried. Alright, so thank you. ចឹងអ្វីដែលបងនៅធ្វើគឺថ្ងៃខែចំណងជើងហើយឆ្លើយសំណួរគ្រប់ទាំងចំណុចទី1ទី2ទី2គាត់អានហើយឆ្លើយសំណួរហើយ look at number 3 ទី3មើលទី3ដល់គ្នាឆ្នាំចំណុចទី3បងអូនសរសេរតែទី3 match the word to its meaning ថាប៉ុណ្ណឹងមកចឹងអូនសរសេរ A eventually ជា adverb វាទៅនឹង after a long time ណា eventuallyចឹងផ្សេងទៀតយើងទៅសេចំអត្ថន័យរបស់វាដូច sure ហ្នឹងអីគេយើងមិនគូសញ្ញាព្រួយអញ្ចឹងណាយើងសេតែពី A ដល់ F មកហើយ eventually មានន័យថាម៉េចអញ្ចឹងមានន័យថាម៉េចយើងដាក់ស្មើនឹង after a long time យើងសេស្មើមកមិនដាក់សញ្ញាព្រួយនេះគេអញ្ចឹងណាអូខេអញ្ចឹងយើងធ្វើដល់ខ្លួនឯងមកហើយចម្លើយវាក្នុងមេរៀននេះយើងឲ្យនៅថ្ងៃស្អែកវេលាម៉ោង1ហើយពេលព្រឹករៀងរាល់ព្រឹកទីច្រើននឹង check កិច្ចការរបស់យើងណាយើងអាចផ្ញើពេលព្រឹកតែបើ late យើងរវល់អីអត់អីយើងអាច late បានអរគុណ goodbye